and welcome to Katie Rebel's show. Today I'll be speaking on pride and laziness as another reason why Africa is left behind. Please join me and enjoy this show. Thank you. So, I've been speaking on this topic, why Africa is left behind, because I really see this issue as a problem, that we have solutions to. So I've been talking about this issue now for quite some weeks, and I really think that there's something that we are doing that we can actually adjust to get things right. That is why I actually see it as as a topic that is very crucial at this point in time. Okay, I'm aware that as African countries, need to invest in technology and innovation as a strategic priority to move our economy forward. But having said that, I actually believe that if we could, as Africans, if we can humble ourselves, and do not despise the days of our little beginning, that we will move forward. Having lived abroad for a while now, I've seen Africans, with so many qualifications, many qualified Africans, men and women indulging in unskilled, jobs just to make ends meet. Okay? So I also looked at us and I said, listen, if we can humble ourselves when we're in Europe, when we're in America, when we're in United Kingdom, and if we can carry, and exercise this same attribute back home, this kind, mindset back home, we will not be where we are today. You see Nigerians, Africans back home in Africa who have no qualification whatsoever, no skill, no professional skill, but they have a list of over 100 jobs that they cannot indulge with. So what am I talking about today? We have Africans back home who did not go to, have a university degree, didn't go to any apprenticeship to learn any skill job, but they will tell you they can't do this job, they can't do that job, they can't do that job because they feel that those jobs are too little for them. They will belittle themselves by indulging in such jobs. That's what I'm saying. And they end up, becoming liability to either their spouse or to their friends, other members of their family or friends abroad. So, what am I saying here? If we as Africans can humble ourselves, no matter where we find ourselves, because I was saying this, some years back as well. I said, listen, if you live in Africa and you actually struggle to really get your 3 square meal, it will be hard for you as well to put yourself together abroad. I'm telling you. Because here in England, for instance, the average salary of everybody that's, is gainfully employed, more than half of their salary is going for rent. That's why you now see people, young people, especially who have not, start a family life. They share, flats, they share houses. That is the only way they can have, little savings for themselves. So what am I saying? We should not just give up on Africa because we have certain several issues that's confronting us, because I believe that most of the problems that is confronting us, those answers are in our hands. We know that we're having unemployment problem. The government need to create more jobs. I'm aware of that. But having said that, even you and I, if we can change our mindset, this unemployment issue will be drastically, reduced. Okay, it will not be as much as it is today, because we need to humble ourselves. When Africans go abroad, we humble ourselves so much. The majority humble themselves when they come abroad. So if we can humble ourselves abroad, then what stops us from humbling ourselves back home? What stops us? If you can humble yourself, in a country where you don't need to stay to wait for residency, you do not need to, get any years of stay for you to be a citizen. You just there, you are a citizen already. So all you need is just for you to, remove pride and be humble. Because I believe if you're hardworking, you cannot be hungry. That's my belief. When I was back home and I would say, Kate, what you say? I say yes. I know that to get a job back home, it wasn't easy. Even in England, in Europe, in any parts of the world, to get a job as well is not easy anywhere. Forget about what you think and what you see on the news, or what what people are telling you. If you have friends abroad, let them be honest to you. There's nothing that is easy, in any part of the world. Okay? So you see people back home, they tell you they're looking for work. Like when I was there, I see people who tell me, Kate, I'm looking for a job. And if I ask them, have you applied? They will say no. They will tell me no. Have you gone for any interview lately? They say no. They say, why? What companies are you looking at? They say, if you can just help me find one job, I will be happy. God bless you. And I'm like, what? You cannot be looking for something and you sit, in your house 24/7 doing nothing about it and expect results. That is absolutely and total laziness. That is what it is. Because when we're back home then, everything haven't gone digital yet. So we have to actually hand our CVs to organizations before we can actually get, interviews and all that. But even at that time, I saw people, young people, when I say young people who have sat at home for years telling me they are looking for job, but they don't wake up in the morning and stand up of their bed to go to any of these offices to drop their CV. When I finished my youth service in West African Portland Cement, even before I finished, I've done my CV already. I've started looking for work. And as I'm looking for work, I've also, when I had little money that I had, I looked at the money. I said, if I use this thing to start buying things that I need to change, these things will wear out with, what about if I've not gotten a job yet? I decided to start little business. A cousin of mine there who was doing some, businesses in t-shirt, I told her, Cham, I need to, get started with this thing while I'm looking for work because I do not want to be a liability on my mom or my sisters or anyone because I felt I've gone to school. It's time for me to, cater for myself. When I was in school, fine, I could be asking for support, but not at this time. My mother said, oh, if you haven't gotten a job, I can be sending you some money. I said, Mommy, you do not need to do that. I'm capable. I will get that job. Don't worry. And before I got that job, I started doing this business myself. As I'm going about doing my business from there, I started designing shirts and, giving it to tailors to sew and, targeting the banking industry to supply them shirts. I was making money from that and I was applying for work as well. This is what I'm talking about. I could have sat down at home and been complaining that the government are not creating enough jobs. It's easy for us to point, at the problems that we have. But what are you doing to help the situation? That is the question here. What are we doing? You need to do something. There is always a part for us to play as Africans. We cannot just sit down, and be thinking everything will just unfold, everything will just be fine without doing nothing. So, if we humble yourself, the problem, that we are having, which is poverty, that's one problem that we have that set us behind, because whether you like it or not, when you have a brother or a sister or a spouse who is working and you now become, a liability on them you know, for a period of time, whether you like it or not, it's going to affect the society, the family, and the family one way or the other, and also affect the society, which has affected the country as well as Africa, as Nigeria or Ghana, and the global African continent. Those things have kept us behind. When they talk about poverty today, the first continent that to mention is Africa. Why is it like that? So I'm telling you today that one reason that have kept us where we are today is pride and laziness. We have bad leadership. I believe, I agree with you. I'm not disputing that at all. Spoken about how wickedness have kept us behind. If you work on that, you will see how we move forward. I've spoken about how selfishness have actually kept us behind as a set of people, as a group of people. If you work on that, you'll see how we're going to move forward as well. I've talked about discrimination, how we discriminate amongst ourselves. And I'm also telling you today that pride and laziness is another major reason that have kept us behind as a set of people. Let me give you this example now. When I was in Lagos years ago, there's this family. The father is a pensioner, and the mother is just, one of those women that, were just selling, bits and pieces on the side of the road in Ikeja. So they are not, financially buoyant to take care of these children's education. So the elder sister, because the man is, is a polygamous family, so they have grown-up children who are abroad as well. But this woman, her first daughter, is with her in Nigeria then, and she was a fashion designer then. I don't know what she's doing at the minute. So this girl She makes her clothes, she makes money from it. For a young girl, what was coming into her pocket was good enough for her. But what is the issue here? She have her siblings before she gets, money together. This one calls her, this one come home, they need money. She gives to them, that one goes. The next time the brother is here, I need money. That is what she kept on doing. She kept doing that as a routine. You tell me, these girls that are, which are the siblings that she's helping, when they're on holiday, I told her one day, I said, listen, when these girls are on holiday, when you guys on holiday, why don't you help her? You're on holiday, you're gallivanting the entire town, going about, then when you want to go, you come to her to ask her for money. How is she going to build her business? You can see what I'm talking about. Instead of them saying, oh good, my sister have this business here. When we're on holiday, we will work here, as our holiday job. So we can help her build this business. When there's strike, we'll come here and help her as well. But no, it's all gallivanting the town, doing big girl. Listen, Africa, we only move forward if we can address these issues. It doesn't matter who you want to bring to Africa to rule. We know we've been having corrupt leadership, people who cannot, actually rule a state, how much more ruling a nation that we have been having as presidents and all that. We know we have those issues. But if we don't address these issues I'm telling you about, even if you bring, the Prime Minister of England to Nigeria, we're still going to have a problem. Our mentality needs to change. You need to humble ourselves. Leave pride alone and humble yourself, because pride will ruin us as set of people. It will ruin us, and it has ruined the nation. It's ruined the continent. We like to emulate things that we see in social media, but we are not emulating how these people here humble themselves. The other time, a guy came here to do some work in my house, and he was talking to me. I was asking some questions, and he said the properties in this area is really expensive. That they actually got one, recently, that they're putting on in rent as well. That him and the wife actually have 14 properties in this borough. Do you know what this man do for a living? He's a builder. He's a builder. He didn't go to uni. But that is what he is doing. Humbling himself to start from somewhere one day. And now he have jobs, here and there, calling him here and there. Even as he was working in my house, that he was receiving phone calls from people as well. And he's diligent in what he's doing. That is what we need to learn. Don't think, oh, because you cannot buy, yourself a Mercedes Benz from the job you're doing now, you have to rubbish it. They give you a job, you don't care about it. You're just lazy about, and you think money will just jump out from somewhere. It doesn't happen like that. We need to be humble. We need to be humble. If it's a shop you need, or you want to sell something that is the problem you're having, get that together and start something. Don't say because you don't have a job, you have to be idle, because the idle mind is the evil workshop. It's the devil's workshop. So you can't move forward like that. You cannot leave your children roaming around the street because you think, oh, I didn't have a job, that's why they're roaming around the street. Those excuses will not help us. It's laziness. I knew of a lady years ago who left, who didn't go to uni. She didn't have any, I'm not even sure she had a GC completed, but she had this great job, managing a salon, which she should be happy about, because she was the manager in that salon. They're not owing her salary or anything, and she was doing well in that business. And she you know what she did? She resigned her job. She quit. She told the manager, the owner of the place, I can't manage your salon anymore. Guess what? Her complaint. I told her, why would you take such a decision? She said to me, Kate, do you know why? Because I stand a lot, and I can't be standing, for that long anymore. I had to stop. Then what will you be doing? I'm thinking if I have money, I'll be. I said, look at these people. Do you know? Next few weeks, that lady was at my door asking me for money. Our people are funny. Very, very funny. You couldn't stand, you quit your job because you couldn't stand for long, and you're coming to ask me who stand all through, excuse me, who stand all through her job. Because I stand all through the job I was doing at the time. I'm standing all the time. I stand for more than the hours she's even standing. And she quit her job because she feel that she can ask people who she think that are nice to come and be feeding her while she sits at home. That is sheer laziness. That is laziness. There's nothing the president can do for such people. If you like, you bring Barack Obama to Nigeria, or anybody you think the best president that you think in the world cannot help people like that. If you have this kind of mindset, of laziness, there's nothing the government will do for you. There's nothing the president will do for you. You just be pulling the nation backward with your action. We need to humble ourselves and stop quick laziness. Stop it. We need to be strong. We come abroad here. Everyone I've seen abroad, majority of our African people abroad, they humble themselves. They do humble themselves. So we don't come here to the street of England to pick money on the road. Nobody does it. The jobs here, they don't just come and fly to you. They don't. We stay on the computer for hours, to apply for jobs. You don't give up. That's what you need to do. You just be consistent on what you're doing. Consistency is the key, you know, for you to progress. So if you think you'll be lazy and you'll be proud, you don't want to take this job, you don't want to do that job, and you're not in school, you're not studying it, you're not, improving in any skill to get you that kind of job that you're thinking you will get, and you just think, oh, one day something will just, one miracle will just happen and you just be on top and be the manager. People can be lazy. I told somebody years ago who said he was looking for a job. I said, okay, I'll help you get this job. And when you get this job, you have opportunity there to progress. You can start going back to school, and progress. The first thing I waited, he was not bringing the CV. I said, where are you? Why you know? He said, oh, I don't have money to print my CV. I said, okay, take, if that's the problem. Take this money, go and get your CV ready. Before many, 3 months or thereabout before I traveled, I didn't see this person. I said, you're not serious. That's the truth. I've given you money. I don't know, what your informations are. So I can't create a CV for you. But I've given you money to make your CV, but you are not making a CV. How will you get the job? You don't. Because later he said, oh, I don't think I want the job. The job I actually wanted is this job. And the job he was telling me he wanted to do, that job is only for graduates. Only graduates can apply for that position. So you tell me. And this person just have skill set, living set. So how is he going to get a job then? That is what I'm talking about, pride. Don't despise the days of little beginning, please. We need to humble ourselves. And maybe why people, fail to humble themselves sometimes might be that they listen to what, the fellow person next door will say to them. For some people, they live their life, listening to sounds. There's a saying in my place that the sound of the noise of a fly does not stop the butcher to butcher their meat. But if you are that type, then I will tell you today that if you're one of those people pulling people down because of the step they take, and because of, as a result of that, they deny themselves, that little step, that little, start they will start that will grow to something big in the future, then I will encourage you as well to stop doing that, because it's affecting some people, obviously not someone like me. Because if I want to do something, I'm determined to do something, I go ahead and do it. I don't listen to what A or B will be saying, because you won't feed me tomorrow and I don't want to be a liability. Since I picked up my NYSC certificate, I've never, wanted to be a liability on anybody, neither be a liability on anyone. I've always believed that everybody can provide for themselves. And I've done that as an individual. And I encourage you out there, back home in Africa or wherever you find yourself, to humble yourself, because if we humble ourselves, we'll be able to move forward as a set of people, as a continent. We'll move forward as Africans, because I so believe that we are so blessed and we're so strong. We are energetic, we have the energy, physical, energy. We go to school a lot, we can study, so we can do it. There's nothing that is standing in our ways except us. Okay? The only person that can stop you and I is you. The only person that can stop you is you. Okay? So you can only stop yourself. No one can stop you. We know there are things, there are hurdles on the way, but if you sincerely, believe in yourself and don't give up and humble yourself, and, also quit laziness, that we will move forward as a set of people. We will move forward. We have people back home who, who will come to your place of business or work and chat with you morning till evening and go back home. And when they're going back home, they want you to give them something to take home, less money to take home. Why don't you use that spare time you used to chat to help that person to get, something doing so you can get something for yourself as well? There are people back home who need people to do their washing for them. Because they're busy with work, they need people to help them with their washing. I remember years ago, my cousins had some people washing for them when I was even in Delta. I came to visit in Lagos and I saw how much each of those girls were paying to this washerman. At the end of the month, that man cannot say he's not taking care of himself and his family. He have children and he have a wife he was taking care of just by washing, going to their house and pick their clothes, wash and bring back to them. That is a source of income coming. Humble yourself. Pick up something to do. Don't just sit down there and be complaining when people are complaining, because people are complaining, you want to complain. Oh, the governor of my state is bad. Oh, the president did not do this. I know they have their own shortfall. You too have something to do. You have something to contribute. Because if you and I can humble ourselves and start, with something, no matter how little it is, and put so much energy into it, you will get there. People are becoming too lazy. You want to be a pop star, you want to be a superstar. Until you become that, be doing what you can do now to earn a living. Don't be putting your eyes where your hand cannot get to. I know it's good to be optimistic, to have faith, but laziness cannot bring anything, no matter how you believe it. With laziness, you cannot achieve it. Okay? So we need to do that. We need to learn how to humble ourselves. People back home, if you see opportunity, grab it. I remember when I was doing my videos and I needed editors, and my cousin introduced me to this, Nigerian guy based in Nigeria to be doing my editing. Yes, with the technology now, digital age, he could edit my videos while in Nigeria. But did you know what? As soon as I paid him for all the job he was to do for me, that was the last time, he gave me any job, completed. He completed any job for me. That's what I'm talking about as well. And that will be for another day. Okay. But what I'm saying, humble ourselves. There are opportunity out there for us. If you can grab it, don't underrate it. No matter how little it is, provided you don't have anything doing, pick something up to do for now. That is what counts. And if you don't lose focus on, from what you really aim to do, you will still get there. But sitting down, not doing anything is not going to help you. That's why I said, if you cannot fly, you should run. And if you cannot run, you should walk. And if you cannot walk, you should crawl. And I actually said, even if you cannot crawl, what should you do? I said, just move your hands and move your legs. That is going to help you. Don't stay stagnant, please. We need to do something. We have something. We owe our country and our continent something as well. It's not just the country or the continent that need to give back to us. We need to give back to the society as well. So by working, paying your bills, at the right time, is going to move us forward. But sitting down there, with pride and laziness, is going to keep us behind as a set of people, as Africans. So thank you for watching. And thumbs up for me on this show. If you like what I'm talking about, and subscribe to my channel, please leave me a comment what you think. If you think, laziness and pride hasn't kept us behind as Africans, let me know your own contribution, what you think as an individual. And as we are humbling ourselves here, we pray that our efforts will be, will be granted to us. All our heart desires will be granted. Thanks for watching. Thank you, and compliments of the season. Thank you so much. Join me tomorrow, same time, on my YouTube channel. I'll be live again tomorrow, speaking on another interesting topic that you wouldn't like to miss. Thank you for watching. Bye for now. Thank you.